giusto così.
A top 25 flash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. The Hawkeyes will kick it away to start. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Trojans offense will get first crack at it here. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Spreads out 4 receivers, trips right, a single receiver to the left on 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Higgins. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They're not only ready to fight on, they're ready to deliver knockout punches with plays like that.
And they typically are, and it's typically Hollywood scripts, right? Just beautiful playmakers, big bodies, fast bodies, that highlight the famous celebrity quarterbacks. That's just what USC does.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got him burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. A great catch and run for 6. Talk about an offense finding its rhythm early.
So nice to find the end zone early, get that confidence going. The defense is showing exactly what you'd expect them to do. Offense taking advantage. Great start for the offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Dugan. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will go to work for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Pressure coming. Quickly to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield.
Yeah,
Just
56.
what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
The margin for error is so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
We really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own colored jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference.
Turning it on!
Listen.
Smashes through the tackle. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
And they didn't get it forward and edge. Defense wins the battle up front. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, looking for the score. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Looking to throw. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
And that is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Got a man. It's Moss. Quick with the spin move. Oh, look out! The 20. 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, USC. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Demania. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, nice job there by the defender in coverage one-on-one with the running back out in the flat. As soon as he caught the ball, he went down. Gain of no yards.
They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Back to pass. Fakes to grab.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
And the Hawkeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looks as if he's going to run it. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Wants to return it. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 20. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Great place to start for this offense. Now the play fake. Using the quick game. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the tailback. Bulldozes his way through. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. He wants to throw it. Going for 6. It is incomplete, and he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
If they're able to make that pick, they're wiping points off the board. But because he dropped it, now it's fourth down, and of course, they're still in field goal range with an opportunity to score 3.
No good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And he put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Higgins. Firing to the right, complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
On the move. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. Think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, I'm playing the game with you.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle.
Ooh, you lucky. I ain't gonna start about 2:30.
So second down here as we're back at it after the break.
He started about 2:30 today.
To the air, it's Higgins. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left.
Hey, I got to pick him up on 17. They put me at 2:30.
To the 32, and they pick up another first down.
And I love the the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, did you see the D tackle just slice through the offensive line? That's how you get penetration. That's how you dial up a tackle for loss.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They drag him down at the 34-yard line, and they said they wanted to force mistakes, and they did just that. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Got it behind the line. It's Demania. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
To the air on 2nd down. Going for the big play. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
This game is going perfect for the defense right now. They haven't been on the field that much. The offense hasn't had that many possessions. Here we are at the end of the first half. They're still pitching a shutout, and they're ready for this quarterback to take shots. They're sensing the frustration, and that time in perfect position, forcing that incompletion.
Pocket breaking down. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. And the Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. They've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out.
Oh, he's got some space. Big play. Takes him into bus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Well, you always got to love this offense picking up so many first downs. It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Higgins. Quick completion on the out route. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. They go to the ground. defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Trojan. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
Makes the grab. It's Crane. And they're able to make the tackle.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
Oh, he's got a chance. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Demania. Gets it past the marker. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Hawkeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. They'll give it to the back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
To the air on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Fires to the right. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And this one splits the uprights.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
To the air, it's Higgins. Just a short pass to the tight end. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Working that left side now. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Hawkeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Caught close to the marker, it's Crane. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
This time it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll send them back in motion. The snap sets up the throw. He lofts one down the sideline. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one.
Oh, yeah. Really true.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Looking to pass, it's Higgins. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, and just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
He'll bring it out. It's Dugan. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Halfway there on first down, it's 7-5. Receiver going for the edge on the jet sweep. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
We're seeing more and more offensive coordinators find creative ways to get their best athletes, their wide receivers, involved in the running game. And what better way to do it than with the jet sweep? Great example right there.
Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Dropping back, it's Higgins. That's reeled in, it's Moss. There he goes. Still on his feet. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football. And this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Catch in the middle, it's Edwards. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Trojans just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Yeah, and that's a timing route. You throw those out routes to your receivers, and he gets out of his break, and he gets his head around, and ideally you want him to get his head around right in time to catch that football, and you could just tell he didn't get comfortable, didn't get his hands around, his head around in the right time, and he just gets a drop.
Back to pass, it's Higgins. Lets it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And the throw out to the sideline. Good for a few. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Takes it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
So now it's 2nd and long. To throw, it's Higgins. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations in USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Here we go, here we go. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Trojans will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the gamble field pays off as they pick up the first down.
How about that? I mean, you kind of get in this territory when you cross midfield and you're kind of like, all right, it's going to go for it range or field goal range almost, but the punt unit comes out, you think you're going to pin them deep. Nope. They go for it, get the fake, get the first down.
They'll run it from the gun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
Zings it complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking for a man. It's Higgins. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. And for the second time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And the returner will be brought down. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
To the ground with the back. Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Back to throw, it's Higgins. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Southern Cal! Fitted in the window for the score. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Leinart, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard. And that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Crane. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Hawkeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Caught in the backfield, it's Crane. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkeye! The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. From the gun, the ground game. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to throw. It's Higgins. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
This is a design run. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And how about the QB? He hasn't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the 4th quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the 1st down.
To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Got the 1st down. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get 1st downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
And the Trojans are flying down the field. The give on the inside. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone. The Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. And the Trojans had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Looking downfield, it's Higgins. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. They'll leave it with him. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run play action. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. If we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Back to pass on second down. Completes it in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Motion from the wideout. Pulls and fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Got his man on the right. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out.
Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He's going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his second catch so far in this game.
Let's go. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Breaks into the open. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game, but as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage is going to be.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
He's got it down the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Shoots it to the left. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You can tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.